What if Vegeta, not Goku, had taken Goten under his wing? What kind of warrior would the son of Goku become, shaped by the pride and discipline of the Prince of Saiyans? Vegeta is strict, relentless, and harsh. He teaches Goten not just to punch harder, but to fight with honor, focus, and pride. Goten learns to fight like a true Saiyan warrior, not a playful child. Under Vegeta's training, Goten no longer imitates his father. His fighting style becomes more calculated, aggressive, and grounded. He begins to form his own identity, the prideful warrior with a calm fury. By age 13, Goten has surpassed the level of Gohan at the Cell Games. He achieves Super Saiyan 2 and even begins sensing the edge of God Ki. Beerus takes notice. Whis begins watching him closely. Goku returns and is stunned by Goten's progress. But instead of jealousy, he smiles with pride. Father and son spar, and for the first time, Goten pushes Goku to go all out. What if Android 16 had rejected Drive Jero's mission from the very beginning? Could his peaceful soul have changed the fate of the world, or even prevented the rise of Cell? Upon awakening in Dr. Jero's lab, Android 16 instantly senses the contradiction between his peaceful nature and the order to kill Goku. Instead of obeying, he rebels, crushing Dr. Jero's remote and fleeing into the wilderness. Android 16 tracks down Goku, not to destroy him, but to warn him. Goku, surprised, listens as 16 explains Jero's plans. Gohan forms an immediate bond with 16 due to their shared love for nature. Using internal data, 16 reveals the location of the incomplete Cell. The Z Fighters rush to destroy the hidden lab before Cell awakens, but they're too late. Cell escapes early and begins absorbing life far sooner than expected. With Android 16 on their side, the Z Fighters engage Cell before he finds 17 and 18. 16 proves instrumental in slowing Cell down. His raw power and unyielding spirit save countless lives. In a desperate last stand, Android 16 self-destructs to prevent Cell's evolution. Though he perishes, his sacrifice halts Cell long enough for Piccolo and Goku to destroy him before he reaches perfection. What if Gohan had never let his training slide after unlocking his mystic powers? Would he have become the strongest defender of Earth, even surpassing Goku and Vegeta permanently? After the Buu Saga, Gohan commits to daily training. With guidance from Piccolo and his own discipline, his mystic power continues to evolve. He surpasses Super Saiyan 3 in raw ability, all without needing transformations. When Beerus arrives on Earth, it is Gohan, not Goku, who challenges him first. Though outclassed, his calm energy impresses Whis. Whis sees a rare potential in Gohan and invites him to train. When Goku Black invades, Gohan steps forward. His god mystic form overwhelms Black in their first battle. Zamasu and Black are forced to retreat. Their timeline collapses faster than ever before. In this timeline, Gohan becomes Earth's new protector and scholar warrior. He trains the next generation, including Pan and Ub, not with fury, but with knowledge and power in balance. What if Majin Vegeta had actually defeated Goku during their fierce battle in the Buu Saga? How would this change the fate of Earth, the awakening of Majin Buu, and Vegeta's own redemption? In this timeline, Vegeta unleashes a devastating final blow while Goku is briefly distracted, knocking him out cold. Goku never uses Super Saiyan 3. Babidi watches in awe as his champion triumphs. With Goku unconscious, Babidi loses interest in Goku and focuses all his energy into empowering Vegeta. But Vegeta resists, slowly gaining control of the Majin influence with sheer willpower. The massive energy from the Goku versus Vegeta fight, followed by the destruction Vegeta unleashes, triggers Majin Buu's awakening ahead of schedule. Buu emerges sooner and stronger than expected. Unlike the original timeline, Vegeta doesn't sacrifice himself. He believes he must defeat Buu with his own strength to prove he's more than just a tool of Babidi, and more than Kakarot. After a brutal battle, Vegeta uses Final Explosion, not as a self-destruct, but as a compressed energy blast. Buu is weakened, and the other Z Fighters buy time until Goku revives. Vegeta, no longer Majin, finally earns Goku's respect. What if future Trunks decided to stay in the past, instead of returning to his destroyed timeline. How would his presence affect the battles with the androids, the fate of the Z fighters, and the ultimate fight with Cell? In this alternate timeline, after Trunks helps the Z fighters defeat Frieza and King Cold, he chooses to stay in the past. He decides that instead of returning to a destroyed world, he can help prevent the rise of the androids and defeat the evil forces that threaten the Earth. With Trunks staying in the past, he can warn the Z fighters about the upcoming threat of the androids. Instead of the destructive surprise that occurred in the original timeline, the Z fighters prepare, and the battle with the androids is much more strategic and calculated. Trunks and Vegeta forge a stronger bond. Vegeta, proud but grateful for Trunks' decision, trains with him to enhance his own power. The two Saiyans become a formidable team, prepared to take on the androids together. With the androids being dealt with early on, Cell never arrives from the future. The Z fighters never face the horrors of his bioengineered terror. Instead, the Earth becomes more peaceful, but at what cost? The balance of power has shifted. However, staying in the past isn't without its consequences. The Z fighters are unaware that Trunks' presence is changing the fabric of time itself. Minor distortions begin to occur, new threats, new enemies, and even some familiar faces appearing in unexpected ways. What if Piccolo unlocked his true potential and became the ultimate warrior? What if, instead of playing the role of the mentor, Piccolo embraced his Saiyan heritage and pushed beyond his limits to reach heights never seen before? Piccolo, always the strategist and wise warrior, begins to train in a way he never has before. Under the guidance of King Kai and with the wisdom of the Namekian people, Piccolo unlocks abilities far beyond his previous transformations. After discovering that his heritage is intertwined with the Saiyans through his battle with Goku, Piccolo decides to push his training further. Channeling the power of both his Namekian roots and the Saiyan blood running through him, he taps into a new form of energy. Now armed with a new form, Piccolo faces Majin Buu in an alternate timeline. Unlike the original events, Piccolo is no longer a secondary player. His power rivals even the likes of Goku and Vegeta, and the fight against Majin Buu becomes a battle of epic proportions. Through relentless training and determination, Piccolo unlocks a form beyond Super Saiyan. His Namekian physiology combined with Saiyan strength allows him to achieve a new form, known as the Ultimate Warrior, where his power surpasses even Goku's Super Saiyan Blue. Piccolo, now the Ultimate Warrior, confronts the enemies of the past with ease. His strength allows him to wipe out Cell and Frieza with little effort. But as the battle with the universe's most powerful foes grows closer, Piccolo must face the true cost of his newfound power. Imagine a world where Goku, the hero of Dragon Ball, was born with the power of God Ki right from the start. What would happen if Goku's innate power was more than just a Saiyan's potential? Could he become the strongest fighter in the universe from the moment of his birth? From the very moment Goku was born, his God Ki was present. His power was far beyond that of a typical Saiyan infant. Even before learning the basics of fighting, his strength and energy were unprecedented. As Goku grew, his power only intensified. As Goku grew, it was clear that he was different from all the other Saiyans. His power was unmatched, and his instinctive grasp of energy control was like no other. Even in his early days, he could fight and hold his own against warriors much older and stronger than him. When Frieza arrives on Namek, he is shocked to encounter a Goku who is not only more powerful than ever before, but possesses the divine energy of God Ki. Their battle is an entirely different affair, with Goku overwhelming Frieza with ease, ending the tyrant's reign much sooner than expected. With Majin Buu's awakening, Goku's new power is put to the test. His God Ki allows him to easily match Buu in battle, but as the fight drags on, Goku realizes that defeating Buu requires not just power, but strategy and control over his immense energy. As Goku's control over his God Ki grows, he begins to develop a new form beyond Super Saiyan God. This form, the Ultimate Saiyan, combines the power of Super Saiyan Blue with the divine energy of God Ki. His power reaches unimaginable levels, surpassing even the gods themselves. Vegeta, raised with the expectation of becoming the strongest warrior in the universe, has always known his worth. Unlike Goku, who was driven by a sense of adventure, Vegeta's entire existence was about proving himself, particularly to his father, King Vegeta, and later to Frieza. When Vegeta arrives on Namek, his goal is simple: to defeat Frieza, the tyrant who destroyed his homeworld and killed his father. But with Goku out of the picture, Vegeta must rely on his own power, pushing himself beyond his limits. This time, Vegeta doesn't have to share the glory. He becomes the one to rise up and challenge Frieza. As the Majin Buu Saga begins, Vegeta's pride is put to the test. No longer is he the lone warrior obsessed with his own strength. Instead, he fights to protect his family and the Earth he now calls home. But in the process, he has to confront his own darkness and past pride. Vegeta becomes not just a warrior, but a father, a husband, and the last line of defense for Earth. Without Goku to take the spotlight, Vegeta's path to new transformations is expedited. No longer constrained by the belief that Super Saiyan 2 was his limit, Vegeta begins pushing himself to new extremes, ultimately unlocking the legendary Super Saiyan 3 form. His power now rivals that of the gods, but with it comes the danger of his pride and self-destructive tendencies. Vegeta's pride eventually leads him to confront the gods themselves. With his power exceeding the Super Saiyan God form and Super Saiyan Blue, Vegeta takes on beings like Beerus and even the mighty Zeno. His ultimate goal becomes not just defeating foes, but becoming the undisputed ruler of the universe, the strongest being in existence. What if the hero of Dragon Ball, Goku, was not the beloved Saiyan we know, but instead a ruthless villain? Imagine a world where Goku's motivations are twisted, where his strength is used not for protecting others, but to conquer and destroy. How would the Dragon Ball universe change if Goku was the greatest threat to Earth, and the Z fighters had to unite to stop him? From the beginning, Goku was never the kind-hearted boy we know. Instead of crashing on Earth as a child and being raised by Grandpa Gohan, he arrives with one mission: to conquer the planet. His arrival is not a mistake, but a deliberate act to destroy Earth and its inhabitants for the Saiyan Empire. With his superior strength and ruthless nature, Goku quickly becomes a force to be reckoned with. He easily defeats the Z fighters, showing no mercy even to his former friends like Piccolo and Krillin. His power grows exponentially, and soon, no one on Earth is strong enough to stop him. As a villain, Goku's ambition extends beyond Earth. With no Goku to stop him, the Saiyan Prince, Vegeta, and the tyrant Frieza become mere pawns in Goku's scheme. He swiftly defeats Frieza and takes control of the Saiyan army, becoming the ultimate ruler of the universe. His strength and ruthless tactics make him feared across the cosmos. After conquering the universe, Goku turns his attention to the gods themselves. Beerus, the god of destruction, is no match for Goku's overwhelming power. In a fierce battle, Goku defeats Beerus and takes his place as the new god of destruction. With his godly power, Goku sets out to destroy the remaining threats across the multiverse. With Goku now an unstoppable villain, the Z fighters must band together like never before. Vegeta, Gohan, Piccolo, and the others form an unlikely alliance, pooling their resources and strengths to take down Goku. The final battle is a desperate struggle to save Earth and the universe, but can they defeat the Saiyan who is now the most powerful being in existence? What if Goku was trained by Beerus, the god of destruction, from the very beginning? Would he have surpassed even the gods by now? What would the Dragon Ball universe look like if Goku was not only a Saiyan prodigy, but also possessed the incredible power and techniques of a god of destruction? Let's explore this alternate reality. From the moment Goku crash-landed on Earth, Beerus senses the latent potential in him. Instead of being raised by Grandpa Gohan, Goku is immediately brought under Beerus' wing. The god of destruction teaches him everything from the basics of martial arts to the advanced techniques of a divine being. By the time Goku is an adult, he has already mastered godly powers far beyond anything the Z fighters could imagine. By the time Goku faces his first major challenge, he's no longer just a Saiyan. His power is on par with the gods themselves. His Super Saiyan forms evolve into something entirely different, not just bursts of power, but precise and controlled bursts of divine energy. He can effortlessly destroy mountains, wipe out enemies with a single punch, and even manipulate time and space to a limited degree. With Goku's new power, he never faces the same struggles as before. Frieza, even at his strongest, is no match for Goku's godly abilities. Goku defeats Frieza with ease, sparing no mercy, and without breaking a sweat. The Z fighters, although amazed at his new abilities, have a hard time keeping up with his speed and power. Goku is now the ultimate warrior, and he's not afraid to show it. After his victory over Frieza, Goku's ambitions grow. Not content with merely being the strongest fighter in the universe, he sets his sights on Beerus' position as God of Destruction. With Beerus' approval, Goku ascends to the role of God of Destruction, bringing with him not just strength, but the wisdom and responsibility of a deity. He now wields the power to destroy entire galaxies with a mere thought. Now, as the new God of Destruction, Goku faces challenges from beings even more powerful than him. The gods of other universes see Goku as a threat to the balance of power and start to challenge his rule. However, instead of fighting alone, Goku forms alliances with beings of immense power from all corners of the multiverse. Together, they are unstoppable, and Goku becomes a force of nature, reshaping the fabric of reality itself.